Journal, I often remark that caching is unlike other hobbies and games just for the sheer variety of circumstances you can find yourself in. Stamp collectors don't grab their flashlights out of their stamp collector bag and go into a sewer because someone told them there were stamps there. You don't kick back to some Minecraft by feeling up a guardrail or a stop sign like it's prom night, but because someone hid a cache under this wall of cascading spring water, players will go, happily I might add, right into the drink to try and find it. I believe there is some underlying psychological string that us geocachers are all thread to that can explain this compulsion, but those deep thoughts will have to be explored at a later time. Because look at this lovely place. Look at this lovely day. What an intriguing scenario to be in as a geocacher. You know what? My child's medicine can wait. I'm gonna find this cache no matter how long it takes. Oh, I really thought it was going to take longer than that. And I got all dressed up as a waterfall inspector too, but good news, son, the antibiotics are coming home, and I'm pretty sure the pill bottle is waterproof. But wait, what am I saying? I'm an experienced geocacher of 10 years. I know that pill bottles that are waterproof are as rare as a unicorn or affordable American healthcare. I pride myself on my segues or bridging the gap between two different narratives in my journalism wordplay, which is why I'm happy there are so many bridge hides in geocaching. Boom, transition. This bridge is in the Institute Woods of New Jersey, a place I've only visited due to caches, because it's all about Princeton Battlefield this and American Revolution that, stuff that, if I was well known, it would be well known that I have no interest in. But while grabbing the caches, I did see this painting of the death of General Mercer, depicted here, deflecting a bayonet with his hand. Now, Mercer has many achievements under his belt, but the bayonet grab is frankly not that impressive to someone from my generation, the generation of kids that played unsupervised with lawn darts. What I never bothered learning until today was that the Institute Woods in which I was caching once again are part of the Institute of Advanced Studies, the very place where Albert Einstein and Big Bobby Oppenheimer worked and probably talked about diddling atoms and such, and in fact I have spent considerable money on actors in period costumes to bring you an idea of what it was like talking about vaporizing the atmosphere on a lovely weekday morning by the lake.
In Berkeley, you gave me an award.
Yes.
You all thought that I had lost the ability to understand what had started. So the award really wasn't for me, it was for all of you.
Yeah, we filmed that instead of my original idea where Oppenheimer and Einstein are having a shirtless water fight on the bridge I was just at. Oppenheimer, you got water all over my schnick-snacks! Sorry. Walking around this little lake, knowing that those big brains worked here and had deep thoughts, probably right where I'm standing, I can't help but start thinking the deep thoughts myself. There's a sculpture over there. Hey, here's a deep thought for you. Speaking of Albert Einstein. When I was driving here, I saw a Easter decoration somebody left out on their lawn. The head blew off the rabbit, one of the rabbits, or it was decapitated. And I thought, you know what, Halloween is the only season where if the head blows off your decorations, it's still a valid decoration. Head blows off your Easter bunny, oh no, the children start crying. Same with Christmas. Santa Claus, baby Jesus in the manger. Oh, the head comes off of that, it's terrible. But Halloween, oh no, the head blew off my skeleton. Hey, it's still a valid Halloween decoration. Am I right? Is that not a deep thought? I'm gonna go check out this up here. This is called Scholar Rock by Ella Zimmerman. This delightful bench has several quotes inscribed on it, one from Einstein himself. Those who have moved the world have usually been those who have followed the will-o'-the-wisp of their own intellectual and spiritual curiosity. I'm sorry, it's my understanding, and admittedly my understanding is from Dungeons & Dragons, but don't will-o'-the-wisps lure you into bad terrain to bog you down and then cause 2 to 16 hit points of electrical damage on a successful attack roll? Man, I thought you were supposed to be a genius, Einstein. And it doesn't take a genius to see that most geniuses probably read a lot in their spare time, and little free libraries are enough to draw me out of my ew, icky poo, caches in front of people's houses, pass, bubble. I probably could have named that bubble better, but much like geocaches, you never know what's going to be in the little free library, and then they go and put a geocache in the little free library? Well, that's two potential surprises for one visit. Like that time I accidentally ran in on my grandparents having sex, and when I ran away from that, I accidentally ran in on my parents having sex. It was a very weird Christmas. Anyway, in the same vein as geocaching, shown here in conjunction with the arteries, LFLs encourage you to take freely, but also give if you can. Now, I gave away 99% of my books a long time ago. I used to love going to the library, but I switched to all digital after one too many times snuggling up with a good book, only to have some gnarly dried out booger from a stranger from 2008 fall into the folds of my bedsheets when I cracked open that Dean Koontz novel. I still get books here and there as gifts, and I pass them on booger free. Medieval combat. Something I often find myself in. I really don't know why I have this book. It'd be cool if it were a flip book, I'll tell you what. A flip book of badass battlery. Ching! That's my battle noise. Ching! Oof. That's something else. Yeah, I know what I said earlier about bubbles, but somehow this just doesn't seem like geocaching to me. Rubs me the wrong way. Left to right. I prefer circular motion. Sorry, I know, that's a Skimbosh problem, not a geocaching problem. And I'm committed now, on foot. Lovely inviting residence you have here. It's a shame I have to treat the whole thing like a military operation where I try to get in, do what I need to do, and get out before being noticed, which is what I did. And if either of these LFL cache owners somehow happen to see this, know that it's nothing to do with you. I applaud you on your library/geocaching efforts. Humanity could use more of that, I'm sorry, can we just focus on this page again real fast? What's going on here? Is the guy on the right stabbing himself with one arm and the other arm is hoisting his opponent into the air by grabbing what's inside his codpiece? And why is everyone holding their weapons by the blade? Again, not impressed by that yada 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 lawn darts, but I would love to know the name of this move. It's quite a conundrum that I'm in, because the only book I know of that would explain this, well, I just gave it away. And that action has now left me wanting information from the book. What a conundrum. What a paradox. And where else might you find a paradox, What about here? The fire rescue, emergency services, yes? Haha, paradox. It seems weird having a mystery cache here, because if you take a look at all these dedications, you got one down here. And that's the offset to find the cache, and it's weird. I feel good because I'm geocaching in the smug because of my transition, my segue. I shouldn't be feeling those feelings here, I don't think. Yes, well, if the 9/11 memorial isn't enough to somber you up, the nearby gravestones will. Sure are a lot of people from the Electric family buried around here. Haha, jokes, Journal. I got jokes here. Get your dad jokes here. But in some seriousness, I did the math and got the cash. God bless America. Except for this place where I parked at for that cash. I say false advertising. This is just some store, not a place where you can play ice sports in a virtual neon world called The Grid. Well, that's it for now. If you'll excuse me, there's some pretty lights outside my window and I feel compelled to go follow them into the swamp. Be safe out there, Journal.